Yellowjackets back at home this week to take on Seattle Pacific and St. Martin's. Cameron, your thoughts on a couple of new guys fitting in on the defensive unit, Eli Williams and Anthony Morrell, stepping up and playing a big role in your most recent matches for the team?
The way those two youngsters have stepped up in particular has been very impressive, especially the way the season has gone so far. We started off with the consistent back four, which included obviously Sam and Tom, and those two in particular have also been playing extremely well. So the injuries that have occurred to them meant that the two young guys, Eli and Anthony, have had to step up, and there hasn't been time for a slow transition. They've just been thrown in the mix. And the way those two have stepped up in the last two games, I think will give them a lot of confidence. It'll give the coaching staff a lot of confidence. And I think it shows a lot of promise, not just for this year for the team, the depth that we have in the defense, but also for the rest of their career here at MSUB.
Part of that consistent back four has been yourself and Garrett Robinson. Just your thoughts on what it's been like playing next to him. He had to sit out last year, but now he's played every game right beside you.
I've been here since the beginning with Garrett. He's one of the most underrated players in our team. He's one of the players that goes unnoticed a lot of the time. He's definitely, if not one of the most hard-working guys on our team, and he's definitely a leader in that sense. And the little things he does on and off the field make a huge difference. And to be able to play alongside him on the right side, we've certainly built up a nice partnership, and he's been probably our most consistent defender this season. So the offensive unit for our team this year has been much more clinical than recent years. As Alex and Tomas said, we're still in a rebuilding phase, but the way Ricardo and the guys behind him have been so clinical, finishing off their chances, it really makes the defensive job a lot easier, and it takes the weight off our shoulders. With the injury to David, and it means that a lot of the guys on the offensive line are going to have to step up now. And so Thiago coming back has been very timely for us, and he, for the remainder of the season, and especially these home games that are coming up, he's going to be a vital player for us because we know he has so much potential. He can beat a player. He's got a tremendous amount of speed and skill. So, we'll be looking for him and Ricardo to link up a lot. Seattle Pacific is an extremely good side, very cohesive. They know how to finish out games, and that's something certainly our team can learn from them. They don't let in cheap goals. They have a very tight defensive unit, and they're also very clinical up front. It's going to be a very exciting game to play. There's absolutely no pressure whatsoever on us. The only pressure we put on ourselves is to put in a good performance, focus on the process, and just make sure, we can do the little things right that lead to a good performance.
Yellowjackets returning home this week to host Seattle Pacific and St. Martin's University. Anthony, you got to step in and get your first collegiate start last week on the road. Just talk about what that experience was like starting on the back line for the Jackets.
Tom was out due to injury, so I was put in next to Cam against Northwest Nazarene. And right away I was a little nervous to begin with, but everyone just kept telling me, just be confident in everything you do. Like, even if you mess up, it doesn't matter. Just, the guys just kept picking me up. Everything I did, good or bad, it really just helped out, especially playing next to Cam, who's our senior captain. He just always was trying to help me out, telling me what to do, where to be, and really, helped me a lot on the field.
You have a lot of experienced guys to look up to, like you mentioned Cam, but you've also got Tom Saltwell even when he's playing, and Sam Butterworth and Garrett Robinson. Talk about the defensive unit as a whole and what you've learned from those guys so far.
They're just on and off the field. They always help me. Even at practice, if something doesn't go our way, they're always telling me what I could do otherwise and how I can position myself differently to help myself out.
What's the level of play been like in the GNAC so far? You've got your first taste of conference games, and you have two more big ones coming up this week.
It's been super tough. It's a battle every single day, every single game. It's just every play is just, you always got to be focused in, and you can never take a play off, because if that happens, the teams will capitalize on your mistakes.
And lastly, what are some of your goals in your first season in the program? What are some things you've set out to accomplish, and how do you feel you've been progressing on that so far this season?
My goal coming in was to see the field at least a little bit in my freshman year and just gain that confidence for the years to come when I'm stepping up as a leader in the program.
Well, the first game against Concordia Portland was tough indeed. We took the lead in the game early on, and then we got it again in the second half, and we somewhat failed to see the game out, although we have to give Concordia Portland a lot of credit. They're a very intense team. They've got a couple of very good ball players, and they're well coached. But I would have liked to see our team see the game out and take 3 points from that game. The positive thing is that even although we had the lead twice, we were able to come back because Concordia took the lead as well, and we had 2 pretty bad injuries in the game. So our guys, again, were able to deal with a lot of adversity. So that's what we're taking from that game, and the fact that we're able to find the back of the net 3 times. Then the game against Northwest Nazarene was a tough game, and we knew that going into the game. I think that they're probably the best team in the conference right now. They play a pretty similar style of soccer to us. They put it down on the ground and try to build from the back. But they've got a lot of confidence. 8-1-1, haven't allowed a goal in 6 games, and they keep finding the back of the net. A couple of very good players individually. So it was going to be a tough game for us, and we didn't start really well the first half. We started kind of flat. Spoke to the guys at halftime, and the second half was a lot better, was a whole lot better, and that's something that we can definitely build on. We took it to them, we put them under pressure. Unfortunately, even although we had 2 good goal-scoring chances, couldn't put in the back of the net. But like I said, it's a second half that we can definitely build on for these 2 coming games at home against Seattle Pacific and St. Martin's.
You had a couple of new players step up for you on the road. Eli Williams earning his first 2 career starts, and then freshman Anthony Morrell earning his first career start on Saturday as well. Talk about those guys being able to step right in and play well for you.
Even although it was somewhat unexpected that they were going to have to start at this point in the season, we had given them minutes up until now to make sure that they would be acquainted with the level if something would happen. And I'm very proud of them because they stepped up in both of those games. Eli, 2 starts. Anthony played the second half and 2 overtimes against Concordia Portland. Then got the start against NNU. Played very, very well. And so did Eli against Concordia Portland. So those are guys that we're going to have to build our program on, and it's great to see that they're getting these minutes and these starts in these very, very important GNAC games so early on in their career, because it's experience that will definitely serve them very, very well along the road. So very happy and very proud that they were able to step up the way they did.
Ricardo with 2 more goals. He continues to lead the GNAC in goals and points, and it's really just been consistency. It seems every weekend he's able to find the net and be a huge part of the offense for you.
With Thiago coming back after his knee injury, we've got another winger who understands the movement that we're trying to, or that we're looking for up top. And Thiago had 2 assists, 2 very good assists this weekend, finding the feet of Ricardo. And if we're able to do that, then we know that he can be a very, very dangerous threat. Against NNU, it didn't work out quite as well as we would have liked, although in the first half, Ricardo did have a very good scoring opportunity, but he is someone that if you put him into a situation 1v1 with the keeper, he will put the ball on frame, and he's going to make the keeper work. And more often than not, the ball is going to end up in the back of the net. And I think that right now, he's probably the best number 9 we have in this league.
And looking forward to this week's matches. 2 more tough games at home. Seattle Pacific first coming up on Thursday. Your thoughts on facing them?
Extremely solid team. Individually, they may not have the same talent as some of our players do, but as a unit, as a team, they are very, very, very good. Mark Collins has done a very good job coaching them into that unit and making them as strong as they are, and they deserve a lot of credit for that. They don't give a whole lot of goals up. They do seem to find the back of the net rather easily, once or twice per game, so it's going to be a very tough game. They're ranked in the top 25, not for nothing, because they deserve to be there. So it's going to be a game where we're going to be facing a team that is in a position where we want to be at, in the top 25. So it's going to be a great matchup, and it's going to be another opportunity for our guys to match themselves against a team that is in that top 25 and see where they are at. But I expect a tough game, a very tactical game. and a game that may be decided by one goal margin.
You'll have a special fan out along with you guys this weekend, Sebastian Easton, doing well. Give us an update on him, some of the things he's done with the team as of late.
Well, him and his family organized a team dinner for us a couple of weeks ago, so it was great to catch up with them and with his family. They're doing really well at the moment. We were at the hospital last week when he was undergoing chemo. Went really well. I mean, seeing Sebastian going through what he's got to go through and the way he's grown as well, as a little boy, doesn't complain, doesn't whine, just gets on with things. And it's a lesson that our guys can take from that, because sometimes, as I've mentioned already, there's a little bit of a sense of entitlement among student athletes. But when they're around Sebastian, that just ebbs away, that just flows away, because they see how brave he is in tackling the disease that he's got to fight. So it was good to spend a little bit of time with him and to see how he deals with all of that. And then a couple of days later, we were able to go to his school because he'd been elected or selected Kid of the Week. So he introduced his teammates, us, to his class and to his teachers, which was a fun thing to be part of. So the relationship continues to exist, and only, to be honest with you, only gets stronger and stronger and stronger, because he's at all of our games. He's going to be there on Thursday. He's going to be there on Saturday with his family. So for us, having him around, I mean, I can only repeat myself. It's been a true blessing.